As Donald Trump settles into the Oval Office, Ukraine's battlefields show no signs of silence. Within hours of taking oath, Trump sent a stark message to Moscow. Putin is destroying Russia. The big question is how Trump would achieve the promised peace. Our next report has the latest.
Russian tanks crush forward, breaking Ukrainian defenses in key sectors. Artillery shells rain down relentlessly, leaving smoldering ruins in their wake. Fighter jets rip through the skies, pounding Ukrainian positions. Civilians flee in droves, while soldiers brace for yet another wave of attacks. The war shows no signs of abating. Hours into his presidency, Donald Trump strikes a confrontational tone, signaling a potential shift in America's approach to the war.
Zelensky wants to make a deal. I don't know if Putin does. He might not. I don't know. He should make a deal. I think he's destroying Russia by not making a deal. I think Russia's going to be in big trouble.
The new US president's harsh tone towards Putin marks a surprising departure from his previous admiration for the Russian leader. Putin congratulated Trump on his inauguration while welcoming his intention to open a dialogue with Moscow.
As for the settlement of the situation, I would like to underline that its goal should not be a short truce, not some kind of respite for regrouping forces and rearmament with the aim of subsequently continuing the conflict, but a long-term peace based on respect for the legitimate interests of all people, all nations living in this region.
On Ukraine's eastern front, the Russian war machine methodically advances through the Donbas region, capturing villages and towns. Moscow's grip now extends across 1/5 of Ukrainian territory, including the strategically crucial Crimean Peninsula seized in 2014. Trump's aides admit a deal may take months, even years. While the new president insists he will force a settlement, Kyiv faces mounting fears. Will Washington continue its military lifeline? That's the big question haunting the Ukrainian soldiers battling Russia's relentless assaults in the Pokrovsk region.
The enemy comes with a large force, a much larger number of people, and equipment. In order to stop all this, we need weapons, and we need ammunition. So I hope that America will support us in this war as promised.
The same sentiment is echoed across other Ukrainian front lines. Once a scene of barely expected triumph, but now steadily ground to dust, Vovchansk mirrors the erosion of spirits across Ukraine.
Vovchansk is not far at all from Kharkiv. The threat remains. There's constant danger in the skies. The Russian border is right nearby. Thus there's constant shelling. And I don't mean only Vovchansk, where there is Russian artillery, tanks, drones, everything they've got.
For President Volodymyr Zelensky, the hope for a just peace hangs in the balance. Weary of war and wary of weaning support from his allies, he's willing to make territorial concessions. Trump's second term begins in the shadow of Europe's bloodiest conflict since World War II. As the world watches, one question looms. Could 2025 bring peace, or will the war linger on, causing even greater destruction? Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Ron Aledo is a former U.S. military officer, former CIA contractor, and former intelligence and operations officer at the Pentagon. He's now joining us live from Miami, Florida. Mr. Ron Aledo, thank you very much for making time for us. Donald Trump has begun his second term. President Volodymyr Zelensky says that he is not sure that President Trump is committed to the NATO. And we have President Vladimir Putin speaking with Chinese President Xi Jinping and deepening their ties. Your reactions?
Well, I believe that Trump comes with a very different approach than Biden to the Ukraine-Russia war. Trump is not a globalist. He's not a neocon. He's not an ideological expansionist of the United States, trying to create Ukraine their image. Dictating Ukraine, what Ukraine should do or how Ukraine should look like. Mm-hmm. And Trump, because he's a paleoconservative, he's going to come with a very different approach. Mm-hmm. Basically, I heard that Zelensky wanted to be invited to Trump's inauguration. Mm-hmm. 3 times he asked Trump to be there, and 3 times Trump told him, no, I don't want you here in my inauguration. So that means that Trump is going to take away the focus on the war on Ukraine, and he's going to concentrate his focus into the American people, in the American home needs. So it's going to be a very different thing. And Trump already told the world that he wants to talk to Putin as soon as possible. Uh-huh. I think there is going to be a phone call very soon between Trump and Putin, and during the next months, I think Trump is going to meet with Putin. So he's going to come with a completely different approach than Biden, and he's going to try to end the war as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. And most important, he's going to end the over $200 billion that the United States have sent to Ukraine. That's going to completely change during the next months.
Mr. Aledo, but let me ask you this, because as he was signing some of these executive orders yesterday, President Trump made a statement that was kind of shocking. We say that he's going to speak to Putin, but he said yesterday that Putin is destroying Russia. So don't you think some of his comments or some of his statements may backfire on him?
Well, what he said is that Russia has over 1 million casualties, and Ukraine has 700,000 casualties. That's what he said. I believe myself and many experts, we believe, I have heard Colonel Douglas McGregor and many experts that those numbers are wrong, because we have to understand that Trump, what he had been receiving until this moment, have not been the real classified intelligence. Mm-hmm. Now he will be receiving real numbers and real intelligence by the CIA, by the DIA, classified numbers. But either way, even if those numbers are right, which I really doubt that they are right, what they show is that Ukraine has been lying to the people, because last time that Zelensky told publicly how many casualties he has, he said 41,000. He said, I have 41,000. And yesterday Trump said 700,000. Uh-huh. So basically what he's saying, even if the numbers of Russia that I think that they are wrong, 1 million, even if those numbers are what he's trying to say, basically 700,000 casualties for Ukraine. Uh-huh. First of all, they demonstrate that Zelensky has been lying for years now. And second, that Zelensky is running out of Ukrainians, just like Marco Rubio says last week when he was in Congress. He said, Ukraine is not running out of weapons. Ukraine is running out of Ukrainians. So basically, Ukraine having catastrophic losses. And that's why the United States and not right now Trump, but Biden tried for Ukraine to lower the recruitment age to 18, and Ukraine refused it because they know that they are running out of soldiers, they are running out of people. Okay. But the thing that Trump wants to talk to Putin, that is the important thing, that is the important measure that he's going to take that Biden will never have taken. He has been completely against talking to Putin, but Trump is different completely mindset, a paleoconservative. He wants to talk to Putin, he wants to end the war as soon as possible.
Ron Aledo, it's always good to talk to you. Thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.